No growth in retail sales in August. So what's the outlook for the shopping season? What does it all mean for the economy? Joining us now is Stacey Widlitz, president of SW Retail Advisors. She's also a CNBC contributor. And we have Chris Christopher, senior principal economist at IHS Global Insight. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Stacey, let me start with you. We got that bad news on August. Also, July was revised lower. Has your outlook for retail changed as a result of the numbers we heard a short time ago?
Well, really it hasn't. The numbers were a bit disappointing here, and the numbers will become more interesting as less and less retailers actually report monthly. But again, you're seeing the high end versus the low end here. So the mid-consumer, the low-end consumer is under a lot of pressure. Walmart's comments this quarter told us that. And the high end is still faring very well, and we're still seeing full price selling. So I think you really have to pick your spots here. But overall, the numbers were a bit disappointing.
Chris, I don't want to make excuses for the retailers, but they're very good at it on themselves. But let's face it, August was a special month. All that volatility, all the uncertainty. Can you blame consumers for holding it in for a month?
Oh, not at all. And even the market volatility, the political bickering has sent consumer sentiment and consumer confidence tumbling. Over the summer, two indices of consumer confidence have fallen by 25% or more.
Stacey, I was devastated when I could not get on the Target website yesterday to buy any Mazzoni.
I actually was. I did try and go on. I couldn't get on. I tried all the way until last night. But
was
anyway,
that a success or a debacle for Target?
Well, you know, many of us were trying to get on there. But I think Target is a great example here of a retailer that's in the mid-end, that's doing something differentiated, that's coming out with a Mazzoni product, creating excitement, driving traffic to the stores, and it was a win for them. Yes, their site crashed. That's never ideal. But this is a win. It's a huge media win for them, and they really have the differentiated product, and they're refurbishing stores here, which is increasing the frequency of consumers coming in.
Do you like that stock right now?
I like Target. If you want to play the discounter space, that's certainly the name to play here. And again, it's all about differentiation. It's all about who can pass on pricing to the consumer here. And they're creating some excitement.
Chris, is that really the key right now, that you have to be special or die? And who's doing that in your opinion?
Well, department store sales have fallen for 2 months in a row from the government numbers. And one thing that retailers might have to do, especially the large chain store types, is try to gain market share, because consumers are very picky. And what we're sort of seeing is, and many retailers are responding to this, is they are either going to the low end or the high end. Mm-hmm. And if you don't make that adjustment, you might fizzle away.
Which do you like best?
I like the high end. So
like who?
Like Neiman Marcus.
Stacey, who are the losers right now that you would stay away from?
So I think the losers are anybody in the middle who sells basics, who doesn't have a lot of excitement in their stores, maybe whose stores are too big. The list is long here. It's from Gap to Kohl's to Best Buy, who reported just a mess of a quarter yesterday. Companies that really need to do something exciting with their stores and with product. And again, you know, struggling with passing on pricing here. So I would stick, you know, more with Abercrombie, Saks, Nordstrom, high end.
Stacey, the Gap is just a disaster right now. What could they do to fix things, or should they break it up and give up?
Yeah, I mean, the Gap is in a really tough position because, again, they sell basics. They haven't been doing well. They've had some problems with their design. They have a lot of new talent there on the design side. So it's really a wait-and-see story. But again, on the design side, it really takes a year to see a change there. So, you know, it's a wait-and-see. But for now, I would avoid the stock.
Okay.
And as we saw there, you like Tiffany and Lululemon, so you are skewing to the high end, just like Chris is as well.
Definitely skewing to the high end, agreeing with Chris on that.
Very good.
I would add that the clothing retail sales numbers that have been that came out had 2 months of declines back to back. So again, you have to sort of know how to play the game here.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thanks to both of you for joining us. We appreciate it.